and welcome to the transfer show here on 100% Chelsea, where I round up the transfers from the past couple of days. Let's jump straight into it and look at our first transfer rumour. Now, it's not a great one, I'm not going to lie to you, we all probably feel the same. Apparently there is a chance that Alexandre Pato could be staying at Chelsea Football Club. His agent has held talks with the club, but there is also rumours flying around from Brazil that the Corinthians boss has said that Alexandre Pato will be returning to the club. There is an option for us to add an additional 4 years onto his contract, but logically, who would take that route? So for me, if this is true, very, very bad move on the part of Chelsea Football Club. Let's move on to another transfer. This is a confirmed transfer, and Nathan Ake will be spending next season on loan at Bournemouth. And for me, a terrible, terrible move for both parties in Ake and Chelsea Football Club. Now, Nathan Ake last season was without a shadow of a doubt one of the best young players in the league. Can play left back, centre back, holding midfield. For me, I thought he was one of the best left backs in the league last season. He is ready to go straight into that first team. He is ready to fill those gaps. He's a utility player, which is something which Antonio Conte really likes. He likes players that can play in multiple positions, and he is just that. So for me, I have no idea why he is not taking that role up at Chelsea Football Club, and it should be something which he should be doing. He should be competing for a place in that squad, which is what the next transfer would do if he came to Chelsea, and that is Ezekiel Garay, a centre-half from Zenit St. Petersburg. Now, ourselves and Inter Milan are interested in the Argentinian centre-half, and he is available for a fee of around £8.2 million. Now, for me, that is kind of a steal, but there's also a chance that he could not work. If you look at another centre-back, which was very good when he was playing in competitive football in the Champions League in Europe. I know Zenit is in Europe, but let's face it, they're not exactly a very competitive team. He was solid, but then if you look at another player like Christopher Samba, maybe he wasn't in Europe, but he was arguably, when he was at Blackburn, one of the best centre-halves. Chelsea were after him. Manchester United were after him. Arsenal were after him. They wanted Christopher Samba. He decided to go to Angie, fair enough to him. He came back saying he didn't enjoy it. He came back in January, so this could be different because it would be the summer. But he came back in January and he was overweight, he was unfit, he was way, way, way off the pace. And for me, that could potentially be what happens to Ezekiel Garay. He would offer competition, however, so for the likes of Gary Cahill, Kurt Zouma, if he is fit, John Terry, he will be competition for one of those places, and I feel that's what we need. We need players to have competition because they become far, far, far too settled in their positions. Another transfer which would offer a hell of a lot to the squad is, well, we've apparently inquired about James Rodriguez. Now, that would be a quality addition. The guy is creative and he can score goals. He is the ideal number 10. And just imagine Hazard on form alongside James Rodriguez and Willian as a three behind a striker. Now that is something I like the sound of. If it's not three behind the striker and we're playing two strikers, he's a competition for a place. And that's exactly what we need at Chelsea Football Club. We need competition for spaces. We need players to become more unsettled in their positions. They need to be looking over their shoulder, which is an issue that we have had over the past few years, and it's finally come back to bite us. As everyone knows, we finished 10th this season. We're not going to have any European football. We're not going to be competing at that top level, and we just have domestic football to focus on. Now, with that in mind, we will be paying over the odds, and it'll be as especially pricey figure for this guy here. But for me, I think it would be completely worth it. Our final transfer is pretty much a done deal and in at Chelsea Football Club, and that is Batshuayi from Olympique Marseille. Apparently, we are signing him for £33 million after stealing him from under the noses of Crystal Palace. A medical has been booked, and apparently this deal is done. Now, for me, I'm not so sure. This guy plays second fiddle to Romelu Lukaku. He's playing in a league that isn't very competitive, let's be honest here, but you never know. You've got to give a guy time to develop. You've got to see what it'll be like. But £33 million, I don't know if he's worth that amount of money. But let's be honest, football has become an inflated business and clubs will pay whatever they can get to get their player. I have just said that with James Rodriguez. I've just said that with many players. We will be paying over the odds. It is as simple as that. if players want to come play for us without Champions League football, we will be paying over the odds for those players. And that's just the way it is until we hit that top point again, which hopefully will be next season. But that has been the transfer show. I have rounded up transfers from Pato, Garay, Ake, and Batshuayi and Rodriguez. That is the transfer from the past couple of days. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down in the description. If you don't like the video, please explain to me down in the comments. But other than that, enjoy your day wherever you are, and I will see you in the future. Take care.